Good morning, lovelies. I just came in from walking bear and shoveling some snow, and I need to stretch. So we'll call this our snow sequence. Just take a couple minutes. I'm going to start in constructive rest pose. Just to let my back release. We'll just do about 10 minutes, so I'm going to set my little timer here. And just take a couple deep breaths. You can rest knees together, feet wide if that feels good. I have a little blanket under my head just to help my shoulders release. And just breathe. You can let your tailbone lengthen a little more as you settle in to just help your spine lengthen and open. So I should have mentioned to have your strap and block nearby. I'm going to do a couple minutes in supported bridge and then open my blanket so my head's not as high. And you find that sweet spot right at the base of your spine. And then I bring my feet and knees parallel in line with my hips. Couple deep breaths here. Just try to soften in the front and my hip flexors and let the low back open a little more. As I root down, I'll slide the block out. Open arms a little wider. In cactus arm or arms open. I'm just going to rock against where that block had been. Oh, my right side's really tight from shoveling. And then maybe turn your head a little bit. Make your way back to center and then reach one leg long. Draw the other thigh in. Keep your shoulders open. Take a couple deep breaths here. You're always welcome to pause the video if you want to stay in one of the poses a little longer. Take your time and switch. Keep chin soft, shoulders relaxed. Draw both those knees in, give them a hug. You can shift a little side to side. Keep lengthening the hips forward. Massage across the low back and your circles. And the open circles. Come back into center, and then let's open the hamstrings a little bit. So if you want to use your strap, you can keep that extended leg either knee bent or open it out. Loop your strap, press that hip crease forward. Yeah, that hamstring's tight. Take a couple deep breaths. Remember, you can always bend the knee a little bit so that you don't hike your hip up or tuck up, but you're trying to reach that thigh bone forward and kick your heel up. And spread your toes and breathe. You can open the inner thigh, open a little bit, keeping pelvic even. Stretch out through that inner knee, out to your inner heel. And then you can come back in and move into figure 4. So you can stay here and also use that strap just to keep your shoulders relaxed. Flex that crossed ankle. I always like to shift a little bit, make sure I'm even. You know, different holds, whatever's comfortable. Just take those deep breaths. And then take your time releasing again and just shift. And we'll switch, hamstring, couple deep breaths. If one side feels a lot tighter, you can stay there a little longer. Just want to feel that lengthening and opening without any strain. And then you're dropping as best you can the top of that other thigh down, or remember, you can always come to here, this position with knee bent, foot flat if that feels better. And then you gently open. You can keep leg extended. I like to bend the knee and open a little. Just have that little bit of counterbalance to keep my pelvic even. You're kicking out into the strap, holding the strap gently with your wrists straight so you don't strain. Exhaling, coming together, move into your figure 4 to get the outer hip. Make sure you're even and lengthened, and breathe. Chin soft, shoulders relaxed. Just let that outer bank of your hip open as you want to flex this crossed ankle to keep the knee and the ankle ligaments stretching evenly. And then releasing, you can rock again with your feet grounded. You can hug back into the center, do a couple curl in on the exhale, just to stretch the back body, hug in close. Open back out on your inhale and hug in on the exhale. Okay, so then we're going to ground feet, roll to one side, come into tabletop. That was about 10 minutes right there. So I'm going to just do a couple cat-cows here. Press back into child's pose. And breathe. Then let's do our weave across to release the upper back and shoulders so you can be here. You can stretch that extended arm out. You can sweep it back. Make sure that bottom shoulder is drawing down. And then come down slowly. Switch across. Shoulder down, hips stretching back. Breathe. And then make your way back, and you can either do a couple more cat-cows, turn the hands out, realign your knees, lengthen back into your down dog, and do your pedaling. Firming that hip crease back and reaching the heel back and down as best you can. And then you bend both knees, lift those sit bones up high, press back, spread through your hands, and then re-extend as best you can, straightening and letting the back body stretch. And then slowly release back down. All right, so that was about 13 minutes. I feel much better. Time to go pack up Christmas. Thank you. Namaste.